Hey there, it's Jenny, and I am here today to share another page from my book journal. You can see I am flipping through some of the pages that I have already done, and you may have noticed that I have stopped documenting on the left sides of the page. And it's not because they're not still awesome, they are, and it's not because the ink bleeds through. I have stopped doing that because this is photo paper that I print the book covers on. And while they turn out amazing, it does create a little bit of bulk on the left-hand side. And so what I decided was that the book already holds a ton of books, okay? So I decided that for me, I was fine for going using the left-hand side because I was already getting so many books in one journal. And I just didn't want to struggle with the bumpiness that the photo paper added to the left-hand side of the page. Obviously, if you're making a journal like this or like any other journal, you should do whatever is comfortable for you. But that is what I have started doing, and I'm very happy with it, and it works fine for me. So you can see I just added this Jodi Picoult book to the book journal. I absolutely loved this title. It was so good. Total five-star read for me. You can see that I colored that in there. So I like to add the book in the little rectangle and adhere it down to the page. And then I like to draw the straight lines that give the overall structure to each book layout. Then I like to stamp the stamps and then write in the things and color in the rating. I make this journal in this way because I want to have a physical reminder. I like journaling and paper crafting and planning. I like this hobby. I enjoy this hobby. So yes, I could absolutely only use an app or a website or a web or a spreadsheet or something like that, but I don't want to. So this allows me to record the books and a tiny bit of information, but not too much. I have tried creating book journals in the past with way more involvement, more decoration, more writing, and I was not able to keep up with it. It was not sustainable for me. This journal, as you can see, is very sustainable for me. I am 3/4 of the way through the second year of using this book journal, and I really do enjoy the process. So I just use a little bit of adhesive on the back, glue it down, draw the lines, then I do the stamping. I like to use VersaFine. If you are using really intricate stamps, or if you're a beginning stamper, VersaFine is just so wonderful. It captures all the details. It's really easy to use. Honestly, I recommend if you are not an expert stamper, I recommend VersaFine for everybody. Honestly, and I have had so many people tell me that they had success with VersaFine after not having success stamping. So take it for what it's worth, but I love VersaFine. I will link it up for you below, and all of the rest of the supplies are linked below as well. So feel free to click on those and pick up any of these supplies that you really like from my book journal if you would like to. I personally really want to keep my book journal simple but yet cute, which is why I do the pens in rainbow order for the ratings because I like the color. I like the cheerfulness that this adds. It makes me happy when I do it, and it makes me happy when I look at it. I also really just like the little icons and all of that stuff. So that's why I use these particular stamps and these particular pens and markers because they really just add the pens were things I already had in my stash, as were the stamps actually. And so these really just make it so much more fun, so much more interesting, and I really enjoy the process a lot. If you're new to stamping, I have several other older videos that can explain the stamping process to you, but what I will say is that you want to get enough ink, not too much. You want to stamp on a desk or a hard surface, and you want to provide even, firm pressure. You don't want to push too hard because then it'll squish and not look great. And you don't want to give too light of a hand because then you're not able to get every little bit inked on the page. So what I will say is that stamping is difficult at first, or at least stamping well is difficult at first. And so practice, just get some scratch paper and practice stamping over and over and over again, and you'll get the feel for stamping so much more easily. I personally make tons of mistakes in stamping, and one, I it's because I don't completely like focus. It's my brain is just not wired that way, and so sometimes I'll be thinking about something else, and so that's just kind of how it happens. And then two, I don't care. This isn't meant to be perfect. It's meant to be fun and enjoyable. And that is absolutely why imperfect stamping isn't a big deal for me. So that is it for me today. I will link everything up below. I would love it if you check it out. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the box below and make it a great day.